Evasive is still sticking with his pushing. Then we've got Under the Thumb with 1390. You've got Submissive with an IS-3, and then a pair of 50s 100. On the other side, it's almost identical. Well, to a certain degree, it's a double 1390, double MX50 100, and a T32. So essentially, it's just well, in terms of tank class difference, it's just that Pershing versus an extra 1390.
So not too much difference here. I do kind of favor the Not Tonight liner just because it is more versatile and it's going to allow them to go for certain objectives more easily. However, on the 789 side, because they have the dual AMX-13s, it's really going to open up that golden edge for them. And not only that, actually, it will actually open up the southern hilltop area as well.
Yeah, they're gonna have the extra mobility, and well, what's non-negligible with any AMX tank is that autoloader.
Oh, look at this! Adhesive already taking a couple shots there, down to 950. So already a slight advantage.
See, that's the 1390s for you. When you've got two combining their firepower, pretty much, it's automatically it's a considerable threat already. I'm not saying
there's no way you can outrun them.
Well, exactly. I'm not saying the Pershing is not. It clearly is a brutal medium tank as well. But in terms of combo, I think double 1390 is always a permanent threat.
Yeah, most definitely. So especially if they're working together to try and take down a single tank. We do see Submissive down here by the water, way down to the south here. He has not been spotted, and
that's really surprising because he's the only frontline tank.
Okay, now he's been spotted by Superman.
What is he doing all the way down there? He's got no angle whatsoever.
It should be the Pershing down there, and then the IS-3 on top. And then, because the thing is with Mr.
It should be the other way around, exactly.
It should be, I think, much easier for the Pershing Mr. Keith to land shots from this area than this IS-3. But although, Smith has made it across the water area, so he's going to have this southern position available to him.
That's a huge
and
presence.
As long as
it's a huge, Not Tonight presence on the water part, which means that the northern pass has been completely abandoned by
look at that defensive side setup coming up from 789, completely guarding that southern edge. There's no way that Not Tonight can push down on that side.
What I'm most worried about is not the water area, it's the northern pass, which has been completely abandoned by Not Tonight. If just 789 were to realize this, they would comfortably push completely undercover south of the airfield area.
Yeah, Under the Thumb also taking damage. His track and his radio was damaged, but I didn't get a chance to exactly see how that happened. He might have fell, or he might have taken a shot there.
Submissive firing a shot, I don't know if it landed or not, but it's just, honestly, I don't really agree with what Not Tonight's trying to pull off here. They're taking so much, exactly, because it's just, the other tanks have got the elevation, and they've squatting the northern pass, and they're just shooting from their own base, and way too comfortably so in the first place. I mean, okay, Jeff in his 5100 took some damage, but it's more than a worthy trade so far.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, if you just look at the lineup from 789.
Yeah, they don't even have to budge.
A complete semicircle around that southern part.
Which is why would you go towards the water where basically you don't get any angle south because you're at the southernmost part of the map in the first place. You're allowing your opponents to surround you.
Oh, Jeff in danger right now. Jeff is down to one hit away from dying. Oh, look at that. So much damage being dealt down onto not only Mr. Adhesive,
that's the double 1390s for you. And once again, all Jeff has to do is hide behind a rock. And because there's another 5100 that can shoot in instead, pretty much. So right now, it's going to force Not Tonight to push. And the more they push, the more damage they're going to suffer.
Exactly. Honestly, they just cannot afford to continue to try and push down the southern part of the map. They have to move back and push up the northern pass because the southern edge is just completely guarded.
I wish they would listen to you, but they're not.
The thing is, they should
look at that. They're all clumped and closer together.
They're continuing to go for the southern edge. The thing is, they should have learned by now that the defensive maneuver coming out from the 789 side is just too hard to penetrate.
And besides, 789 doesn't really have anything special to do at this point. They're just using this 1390 to outmaneuver their opponents while the MX-50s are firing from long range. This is just... Look at that. Look at that. Kieran landing another shot from his own base.
Yeah,
And look at it, just like, yeah, those 50s 100 are just unleashing shell after shell because the 1390s are providing constant vision on target.
Yeah, the thing about this hilltop is there's really not that much cover up
and
there.
there's nowhere to run.
Yeah,
and
so
there's nowhere to run.
If there is an engagement like on equal ground, because this hilltop is elevated, if there is tanks even anywhere towards the north on elevated ground as well, it's quite easy for them to land shots up on the hilltop. So I think it's the wrong positioning coming up from Not Tonight, but I think it's also a little bit too late for them to reposition.
Well, I think they're just being a little stubborn with their push. Look at that, high maintenance taking another shot here. So that 5100 and the other one, Adhesive, like, well, with his Pershing down to 340. So
I'm quite sure every single one of their
and
tanks
look at that, Kieran is still at full health. Okay, Jeff took a lot of hits, but right now he's hiding behind a rock, and he's still cracking a shot once in a while too.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. I really, they should have realized this was not a good idea from the moment they started taking damage. They should have retreated. Like, why would you go towards the water in the first place? The water is a great place for 1 or 2 tanks, usually faster ones, to actually go for a flank, but don't put your heavy forces down there. Like, you got no angle whatsoever.
And the thing is, the southern edge is only that good and that worth it is if the enemy team is all to the north. The thing is, if the enemy team just keeps a couple tanks by their base, it's just so incredibly easy for them to defend that, because the second you come out to even the slightly eastern part of the hilltop area, you're gonna get shot at.
No, but which is why, like, usually we see that water part, that southern area of the map being just squatted by the faster tanks.
Yeah, just like only a couple.
Yeah, T69s, 1390s, or whatnot. That's usually where you flank from. But why would you put your 50s 100 and your heavy troops down there? Like,
every single one of their tanks.
Well, I know, which is well, kind of really baffling me, because look at that, they don't have the high ground, they can't shoot, they're taking damage, they can't move forward. They just, what are they still doing down there?
Well, they can't really transition over, because if they try and go back up north, they're gonna get shot even more.
No, but they could still, like, retreat towards the water and then just regroup towards their own base and still be safe. Like, I don't understand why they're insisting on doing on keeping that push. Pretty much, it's costing them. I mean, right now we're tied up, but in terms of hit points, except for Jeff, it's just not even. I mean, I don't know. It's just it kind of.
Yeah, just look at all hit points remaining on all those Not Tonight
and look at that. Just the
every single one.
The T-32 has been transitioned to the southern front now, so basically he's gonna lead the assault, and it will work for 789.
Oh, Superman trying to go in here, trying to maybe finish off Mr. Adhesive, but he might go down here for that kill. Or he might not even get that kill. He does go down. So a very reckless maneuver coming out from Superman that might have cost his team the set. Okay, they do manage to trade, so it was not
it wasn't like it was kind of a reckless, like,
and
move.
The other tanks, I guess the other tanks are moving in as well. So actually,
well, they're closing in, like, because Kieran now has got the higher ground with his 5100. So,
but I still think that Superman could have.
Look at how trapped they are. It's like a rat in a hole right now. It's just really they've got nowhere to go. Folded is just unleashing. So is High Strange. So is Kieran.
Yeah, look at that.
It's a death trap.
High maintenance going down there.
It's a death trap. They've got nowhere to run. I mean, they even allowed their opponents to go all the way around the northern pass to surround them. This is unbelievable. Such a...
Oh, wow. So Jeff going down.
I mean, we're still tied. Unbelievably so, we're still tied up, but just...
I mean, look at the hit points
like, they're still like a shot apiece away from dying.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, he follows there shortly after Jeff getting destroyed there. Under the thumb, down to 1 shot. Same with Submissive. Every single one of these takes down to 1 shot. Folded, taking that killing blow. And now we do have Under the Thumb, the last sole survivor, getting chased down by Hugo Strange.
And mind you, 789 made quite a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
By taking this set too. I mean, that's how much leeway they actually had. This is ridiculous.